What's up, guys? Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and advanced pattern trading TA. Guys, I didn't make a Bitcoin video yesterday. I did an altcoin video instead because Bitcoin was flat, but I did cover XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Chainlink. If you're interested in any of those coins, you can watch that video from yesterday. Today is Bitcoin exclusively. And as always, guys, check out our website, marketmakers.trade. The link is in the video description. The BitGet link, if you want to trade these markets with us, join that tournament on BitGet as well for 200 Bitcoin. That link is in the video description as well. All right, so here we are in a weekly time frame, guys. I'll keep this quick because I know it's Friday night and some of you want to get out. So weekly time frame. Of note here, bearish engulfing candle, and I anticipate if we get below this previous candle here, the low at 40,465, we will be coming back down to visit 32.9. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some key support levels here on the weekly time frame. Previous all-time high, market low, current all-time high, and your one fib is at 32.9 where you have visited already. This is kind of an easy prediction. You can see the candle clusters here at this level, including this multi-month consolidation accumulation range. And again, this is where I would anticipate you go. You do have these 786, 886 weaker levels of support, 40,710, 37,000, but I don't think they'll hold except for maybe a blip. They would be a pause on the way down to the one fib at 32.9. If you lose 32.9, guys, just looking here at the weekly time frame, that's disastrous. You don't have a lot of support here because you basically had a parabolic rise, okay? So you really need to hold 32.9 as kind of your last line in the sand. Let's go ahead and jump over to the daily time frame. Daily time frame. So what do I think's going to happen? Well, I can tell you right now, the Nasdaq's down almost another 1.5% today. The Russell's down just over 0.5%. So the Nasdaq's down, it's selling off. That's tech. Bitcoin tracks the tech extremely closely, right? So we have the advantage of knowing where our resistance levels are here. The 144 to 233, this is on the daily. The 200 simple moving average laying above you. Now, based on the principle of action reaction and Wyckoff, price, since it did make this declination, at some point will snap back to test resistance, right? That's in a healthy situation. The problem is that many traders are having is Bitcoin did pop down, is going slightly sideways, but it could also just do this and go down a couple more levels, right? Makes it very difficult to trade. So we do want to see some type of snapback, maybe a little bit deeper retracement, pop back up, and then see if you can flip the 233, the 144, flip it, come back up after accumulation or whatnot, flip the 200, and then you're back up, okay? Is that likely to happen? No. You guys know ideal and probabilities, and the probability is more descension. We may actually descend without even testing our previous resistance level, which would be really disappointing for people trying to find, not simpler entries into trades, but easier to track for sure. If you come up and test resistance and you fail, that is an easy way to trade. But looking at the 233, 144, you are below this now in every single time frame. Okay, every single time frame. So let's go ahead and look at our support resistance levels here as well on the daily. Kick this back up to the top. Look at that. You're wicking the 0.5 fib perfectly at 42,473. You got to 42,424. So here on the daily time frame, your 618 is absolutely crucial. 41,112. Okay, that's your next level down. You need to hold your 618. You don't hold your 618. Just like before, you do have other retracement levels here. You may be able to find some level of support, 39, 38. But again, it looks like you're coming down to 36,707, and that is the one fib, a 100% retracement from the move, okay? So the 618 at 41,112 is absolutely crucial. Now, just because somebody's going to ask for it, even though we've showed it many times before, let me go ahead and show you the upside in case Bitcoin does turn super bullish. We can go ahead and plot this out. Look at it in this fashion as well. So as you guys know, the 48,266 was the top that we called. We hit it to the dollar, 48,266, but you're going to have the same problems coming up, okay? You got to flip this. You got to flip. In this case, you now have to flip the 618 as well. So now you have your 618 at 44K, the 144, the 233, the 200. So you start seeing all these resistances in this area, and you start to think with the macro market selling off, tech sector selling selling off. What's more likely to happen? Well, to me, what's more likely to happen this weekend is one of a couple situations, right? So, situation one, Bitcoin accumulates, maybe retraces some, snaps back to test these resistances. If it can defeat this, which would be bullish, if it could defeat the 144, 233, move up, this would be super bullish to be able to even test 48, 266. Okay, so this is very important. As you guys know, my last Bitcoin video, we talked about market cycles. This is how bull traps work. Okay, bull traps work because price moves in waves, and you have to understand you are in a bear market. So when people post thumbnails, 80K incoming, I'm all in on Bitcoin, be aware of where you're at in these markets because you got a ton of resistance above you. You could flip it. You need to be super bullish to flip it because the likelihood of this happening, what they would probably do, the market makers here at work, is if anything, if this does retrace, say back down to that 618 and then pop back up, this is a short clearing move. This is to liquidate traders, flip them into new positions. And of course, you would probably get rejected at key resistance, this 618 right here, married to the 144 and 233. If price does come back up in this area, that's an excellent place to be looking for a short if you get a failure of price, okay? If you get a failure in a rollover, I would love to see price do this, kick back up to the 618, to the 233, 144. That would be a golden opportunity to short Bitcoin if it fails, okay? Let's go ahead and look at a couple of things here. Volume, see what we're doing here. I mean, you have your steady decline in volume. We've been over many times now, except for this selling candle that popped up. But you can see your decline of volume from left to right. And, you have 2 more days now of low volume candles. So nothing new there. Your volatility still slightly expanded, starting to curve in more, and your moving average is pointing down. Now you can point down and pop up, but just be aware that could be a move to the downside, okay? And then of course you had your buying volume up here that peaked at one point. Now it's rolling back over potentially to the selling side. Let's go ahead and look at the 8-hour time frame. That's where I do a lot of trading. 8-hour time frame, we're finding support here on the median line, but again, be aware you lost your 233, your 144 on the 8-hour time frame. Been tracking us in Wyckoff. Went over this last video, but excellent shorting opportunities here on this up thrust. Huge sign of weakness. Exited the trading range. We are now in a new trading range down here, and we're trying to hold our support and resistance levels, okay? Or hold our support levels and defeat resistance. But look at this big bearish candle we got. Let's see what's going on here on the 8-hour volume. 8-hour volume. A lot more activity here on the 8-hour volume. So you got a lot of big selling candles going on here. I mean, price looks weak, guys. I mean, looking at the volatility, we're expanded here. Lots of selling going on here. ATR is still elevated here. Let's look at a couple of different indicators here on the 8-hour time frame. Let's look at our Ichi. See where we're at. We're falling through our support cloud, as you can see. We're about halfway through it. Your 200 moving average is right here. You see this? So you're below these two key moving EMAs, and then your 200 simple moving average is down here, and that puts you right about 41.6. So again, you come down below that, you're starting to look at opportunities to be falling a lot faster. 4-hour time frame. Your 200, you're on it right now. You're already wicking below it. You're below the 144, below the 233, guys. So like I said, in every single time frame, Bitcoin looks super bearish. Look at the candle on this time frame. Look at the big red candle. You have this pump candle up, huge engulfing candle. You're holding on for dear life on the 200 right now, okay? Everything looks like you need to be aware of a potential dump this weekend. Can Bitcoin snap back up? Of course it can. Buyers step in, you can snap back up, guys. But just be aware, this has been a slow stair-stepping process of a bleed, okay? So you can see it on the daily, you can see it on the larger time frames. You are just slinking down to new levels. And if you can hold here and move back up, like I said, would be fantastic. Watch your 144, 233. Watch your 618 coming back up. Very key retracement level, the most commonly retraced to fib. And you would have to pump through this whole sector right here. And then you still got to deal with the 200 and the 1 fib at 48, 266, which rejected you already and knocked you down, what? 6,000 points, okay? So if you do come back up and test that again, that could be a huge knockout punch if this market cannot turn bullish. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a fantastic and safe Friday night. Another video update coming tomorrow. Watch your support levels. Please smash the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button. Appreciate the guys, all of you that leave comments. I try to get back to every single one. And thank you guys so much for your support. Talk to you tomorrow.